Okay. I think this is about as real as these videos could possibly get. Welcome back to episode 5 of Building in Public. I'm going to pop this mic on something. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a different situation. I am coming to you from a camper van. Currently, I am in Wanaka. I am on a 2-week road trip with the Out of Mondays crew, running a residency. I'm facilitating this one with an incredible facilitator, Matt, who is working alongside me on this one. And basically, we're creating an experience for 9 other founders who are building online businesses, essentially. So we met up in Christchurch and we're driving all the way through the South Island, exploring different spots, and are ending up in Queenstown across the 2 weeks. So yeah, we're about halfway through the trip now. It's been incredible. We, for the first few days, started off in Christchurch, drove to Lake Tekapo for the night, did an amazing hike, swam in the lake, absolutely beautiful. Then the next day we drove to Aoraki, Mount Cook, hope my pronunciation is correct on that one, and made our way over there, stayed the night in or near Mount Cook village, which was beautiful. Just waking up to the mountains around was wild. I'll pop some clips over this. Then we went to Glendew Bay, which is in Wanaka. There's a moth flying around, classic. Went to Glendew Bay, had a night there, beautiful, picturesque, and now we're in Wanaka, and this is the first time we've had 2 nights in a location. This is our second night. Right now everyone is off playing games, and I know that this video needs to go up tomorrow morning, so it is currently Thursday the 6th of November. It is 10:30 p.m. and I know this needs to go up tomorrow, so this is my only chance I've had to film, so here I am filming it right now. So with that, I am going to crack into the video and give you all the updates, because it has been a week and there is a lot to fill you in on. Basically, this is where I share the behind the scenes of what it takes to build a community in the business that I'm building. So collectively.com, have a look at what I'm building there. But essentially, my mission is to create a space for those who crave more than the traditional path. All I want to do is to help people pursue their dreams. Ultimately, if that's someone who wants to go pursue a 9-to-5 job, I want to encourage those people to do that. But right now I'm doing through the means of a community, and I'm focusing on the niche of early stage business owners. So that's who I was 4 years ago. So that's a bit of context. Go watch the other videos if you're interested in what it's taken to get to this point. But so far, here's a bit of rundown of where we're at. I've got my notes here, so I'm going to refer to those. But let's start with, last week I was in Mount Maunganui, where I've been living on and off for the last 4 years, and I caught up with one of our members, Rosie, shout out to Rosie, and we got a coffee, and my God, that was fulfilling, and it just filled up my cup so much. Funny enough, I used to see her for my nails, and now she's just finished studying marketing. She's going out on her own, building that out entirely separate to the nail business that she's been running. And it was really nice just to actually sit down and grab a coffee and just chat. And something I asked her was, like, that was my chance as a business owner to really ask her what her experience has been like so far with the product of the community. And I'm on a mission right now to make it the best thing it can possibly be. And I think I'll forever be on that mission, to be honest. But I asked her, I was like, what's your experience so far? Like, are you enjoying it? How are you finding it? Any feedback, super keen to hear. I want to be a sponge to any ideas and thoughts that you've got. And she said something that just really, it blew me away, to be honest. And she said that she was like, and I need to get a quote from her on this, but it was something along the lines of, the minute she paid, she got all her money's worth. And that was just by now having access to people at a similar stage to her who are like-minded. And I was just like, wow, like, yeah. And that's the exact type of person that I want to attract for this community, because they're the ones that are going to use it and that are going to show up and see the value in the fact that you are a product of the 5 people you spend your most time with. So if you're putting out energy and putting time into these people that are also in this community, you're going to get a lot of value out of it, and you're going to move up with each other. And that's exactly why I've created this community. So that was very, very fulfilling to hear. Couple of other bits. I mean, there's so many things that have happened in the last week, in terms of just life and client work and all sorts. I had a client shoot in the Mount, end up staying the night at that Airbnb, which was such a treat. First time I've been in a place on my own for, I don't even know how long, a very long time, so that was a treat. Oh, funny story. I had an alignment vibe check call thing. Basically, the next step, once someone applies for the community, I jump on a call with them just to have a chat and see where they're at and tell them more about the community, what's actually involved, and just to see if they're the right fit. And I had a call with a really cool chick who's in LA, and the call was scheduled for, I think it was like 9 a.m. And so that day I was driving from the Mount over to Cambridge, and I was about 5 minutes out from my destination, and the call was in about 2 minutes. I was like, shit, I need to pull over somewhere and take this call because I do not want to be late for this. And because, I mean, first impressions is so important, and that sets the tone for the entire experience that this person is going to have with the business. So that was very important to me to be on time. And I was driving past a golf course, and I thought, right, I'm just going to have to pull over into this car park and take this call from the golf course. So that is exactly what I did. I am coming to you from a very much reality of building. I have just taken a call right here in my car. I've had to move to the passenger seat. I've got my bag down here. Shoes are off because it's hot. Driver's seat there with my hoodie there. It was hilarious. The setup was ridiculous. My hotspot was not working to my laptop, so I couldn't share the presentation that I normally take people through, and it was just real. And I said that to her on the phone. I was like, look, I'm building this so I can live a life like this, and sometimes this is just a part of it. So yeah, that was a bit of a random thing to note, which was kind of funny. Before I get into an update of where the business and products are at, something I want to touch on is a conversation that I actually had today with Ali Kennedy, who has a board game company called a game company, and her main product, which she's known for, is Shenanigans, which is stocked throughout major retailers in New Zealand, such as The Warehouse, Whitcoulls, Farmers, etc. Incredible chick, incredible business, love everything about it. And she brought a really interesting point to me that I hadn't even thought about, and this is just a conversation that we had today walking back. She's here on this residency, and it's that she's had a lot of experience in the enterprise space, and we actually have a lot of mutual connections because her and I both have gone through the King's Trust Foundation, and she now does some work with them. And I didn't realize she had done so much work with a lot of enterprise scheme organizations. And she made a note to me that has really stuck with me, and I think there's a lot of leverage in here, and so I wanted to note that here because this is also a place for me to document the journey where I'll be able to look back on this. So maybe this will become something, but it's that within all these enterprise schemes, typically, for example, let's just say there's an 8-week accelerated course program that people go through, and it's those early stage founders, and then they finish that 8 weeks, and it's like, well, then what? And there's no next step. And I'm thinking collectively is that next step. This is the place where those people can come into a community, access other people like them, and then a byproduct of that is I really want to work on that mentorship and pairing people up with mentors. So yeah, it was just a very interesting conversation. It'll be interesting to see where that leads, but yeah, that first conversation happened today, so we'll see what comes from that. Right, where I'm up to with the community right now, we are still at 2 paid members. There's 6 members in there, and I really need to get into building out the community and more people because that's where the biggest value comes from. And I've been working on the lead magnet product, which I think I touched on in the last video, and it's almost ready to go. I've built the landing page for it, so you can actually go see it now, but it's not all set up yet, so it's almost ready. Landing page is built, the Stripe link is there ready to go. I'm selling the lead magnet product, which is the brand and marketing strategy template document for $4.95 USD. And the reason for that is I need to get clear on the statistics. Actually, let's do that right now. Okay, it's not loading and time is limited because the two people I'm sharing this van with might come back at any moment. So I don't know how long I have to film this, so I'm going to move on from that. But the point is that if people are going to buy this lead magnet product, I believe it's something along the lines of they're 70% more likely to buy the next product, which is for me the community, which is their high ticket product. So that's the reasoning for building this out. I'm just building up the email flows now, and then it's ready to go live. So, and then from there I will start running ads. So that's going to be a huge test to see how that works. So right now I've got 2 lead magnets that I'm currently working on, which I really need to build out the foundations of, and then hopefully we should reap some rewards from those fruits. What is it? Fruit your labor. Anyway, yeah. So working on those 2 things, the enterprise schemes and / organizations, and this lead magnet product, which is the brand and marketing strategy template. So working on that, I need to get that live. It's very difficult to do that when I'm on the road at the moment, but after here I'm heading to Australia for the rest of the year, where I will be able to just lock in, build. I'm going to try to keep this short. I always try to, but this one's probably a bit longer. If you're enjoying these, I keep forgetting to say it, but please subscribe. Turn the notification bell on so you get reminded, and because right now you're probably seeing this through my Instagram stories. And I hope you're enjoying them. Please comment below if there's anything that you're wanting to see more of, learn more about. I would love to know, because yeah, I'm an open book. What you see is what you get. And that is me from my van. I need to edit this and go to sleep. See you next week.